If they get that deep freeze early, that's all that team's pressure gone for that 30 seconds. They're going to have to swap off because that person's going to be able to just walk away and be fine in terms of
start.
Okay, right, I'm going to get started now. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so straight away Banana Split does have his Sphere Ward, so does Max Skill Cap. That's going to be important to get those off. Ruxy, the Shadow Priest pushing out, Shape Milk just pushing in straight away. Looks like he's going to be spell stealing, just trying to clean the targets a little bit. Valeric pushing out as well, and does have another Tempest. No Invis going to be coming up from him. Looks like he is going to be the target of choice for now. Water Elemental also having some dots, so that's going to looks like that might play a factor. Shape Milk feared away by Siphene though.
Wow.
Hellstorm JK in a huge amount of trouble, actually forced to disperse instantly. Banana Split, then put into a full sheep, does trinket that, uses his Divine Favor, put into a blanket counter spell, has been silenced by the Shadow Priest as well, uses his wings as well. Feleric put into a sheep, into 3 sheeps there though, unable to help his team out right now. And looks like Roxy's going to be the target, does get put into a deep freeze, was trinketed I believe, put silenced after and forced to disperse, so great counter pressure from this Paladin God comp. Shadow Fiend was used there though. Max Skill Cap just looks like he's going to be the target for now. Shape Milk pushing in on him, getting a lot of damage out of him. Healing Stream does come out. Shape Milk blinks though. It drops a huge amount, forced to actually Ice Block there. Banana Split just going to be catching up now. House Swap JK looks like he's going to be getting dots out onto those pets again. Looks like Bruxy is going to be the target for now, but he is just playing at the pillar. Feleric pushing out a little bit. Running in, been using Spell Steal a lot though by the look of it. Does blink back. There's a grounding totem down from Max Skill Cap who looks like he's hurting a little bit on mana compared to Banana Split, but interestingly, both healers still have a Fear Ward up, so no fear coming out on either healer just yet, and no Dispel on that either. Not really too much happening right now. Both teams kind of playing quite passive, but Feleric does just blink in, gets the Frozen Orb out onto Hellstorm JK, deeps in, but he trinkets and then uses Spectral Guys to get away. Gonna fade as well. Banana Split actually on the other pillar to him. I was healing right now as he's out of my sight, but he's going to pick him up. Feleric looks like he's going to be the target for now. The Max Skill Cap just playing quite far back, unable to really be CC'd. Looks like it's the Paladin God comp turn to push in now. Ruxy, what looks like they want to set up onto him. He is just going to be line of sighting though. Full dots onto him. Roundplay comes out. Full sheep onto Banana Split though. Deep onto Ruxy. Does fade, gets trinketed, and Max Skill Cap was put into a VT to spell. And Ruxy just going to go down for that.
Shake Milk again. Yeah,
the damage from Paladin God comp is just huge. I mean, if we look though, damage differences wasn't actually that high. I mean, Feleric did slightly more than Shape Milk and Hellstorm did slightly more than Ruxy, but I guess those nerfs to Shadow Priest and particularly Phantasms really hurt the survivability of Shadow Priest, particularly against in these non-conference. Disperse is forced really early. Unfortunately for Ruxy as well though, did have to trinket and disperse in the same burst attempt on them, so that really hurt the God comps. That really hurt that team, sorry. They weren't able to trinket that deep at the end, and Max Skill Cap went for the Dispel on it, took the VT Dispel, and Ruxy actually just dropped in that.
Okay. So, this is interesting for the map choice. With a close mirror, what do you think they will go for?
They have they've chosen Dalaran, so I think that's going to help out the Shaman team a lot more. Just because it's a smaller map, so they're going to be able to get more fears out onto healers without being punished as much for pushing in. So I think when you're playing with Fear Ward, Tremor Totem, and Master Spell, that's going to help you out a little bit more than just Fear Ward and Master Spell. Particularly if they can cross CC on that Priest as well, or if they deep freeze the Priest while they get the Fear on the Paladin. Because it also means that if that Paladin has to sit more fears than the Shaman, then they can also set up onto him more or CC him more. We are just waiting for
Keyword at the end of the match, didn't they?
They did, and I think that kind of was because of how big the maps are, and neither Shadow Priest, with the amount of pressure that was put on them, could push in to get those Fear Wards off, get the fears out. And particularly the Paladin God comp, I don't think it was really worth it for them, just because when they have to get through that and Tremor Totem, it's not really going to go too well. It takes a long time to do. And when they were putting that much damage into Shadow Priests, then from both teams, they're better off just doing that and going for the silences and maybe a Pom Sheep or a Pom Ring, that kind of thing.
Okay, we are entering. The chat macros is something the mage Shake Milk uses with his unused trinket, so to kind of it's the kill signal to get them pumped for the kill. It's something Asael does a lot. He always shouts into the mic when they are close to kill, and the Korean teams do it all the time too.
I think it's just kind of a thing. I mean, Snuts is infamous for it. You can kind of hear him across the room when he's playing. I think it's just kind of a tournament thing when they're really in the moment.
Snuts is a super nice guy, something you wouldn't expect. So as soon as you meet him off stage, he's kind of a bit more shy, I would say, and he's completely different from his stage personality. Pretty interesting.
Yeah, where he just screams kill and things like that.
Yeah. I remember when he against Hydra's team back then, he got hated quite a lot because he shouted them down when they lost it. Was I think with his RLS with Woundman and not sure if Sidu or Collective on the Shamans back then. Was rough as the Lich King tournament. Anyways, we are ready to start the match.
Yep, so we are going to get this countdown started. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Predictions.
Now, we do see, interestingly, Banana Split doesn't choose to go to the pillar straight away. Instead, going to stay at the stairs, but he does move quickly. Scythian comes out from Bruxy there, lands a full fear onto Shake Milk, which does get dispelled. Shake Milk kind of at the stairs at the moment, might be in a vulnerable position. Feleric pushing in, gets a full sheep onto Health Swap though. Out comes the Ring of Frost from him. Banana Split looks like it's going to be a target here. Devouring Plague onto him, but he is just going to move around into his ring. Going to be fine for now. Frozen Orb does come out from Shake Milk there, I think that was. He's in a lot of trouble though. Bruxy actually forced to disperse with a Shadow Fiend used there, and Feleric now sheeps Shake Milk, then breaks it instantly by going onto him with a Frostbolt. Health Swap looks like Feleric is going to be the main target for him. Dots on the Water Rally as well. Healing Stream down from Max Skill Cap though, so everyone should be fine for now. Banana Split did have to use his wings there, so he might be running out of those cooldowns quite quickly when they're forced so early. Shake Milk pushing out quite a lot at the moment though. Looks like he is going to be the target for now. Pulling back a little bit, but Ruxy's pushing in as well now, and so we might see Fear come out onto this team. Nana Split put into a Science. Feleric dropping a huge amount. Might need to block here, but off heals do come in. Feleric, Max Skill Cap was put into a full sheet there, sorry. Does get Master Spelled out, and Feleric pulling back a little bit now. Shake Milk pushing out, looks like he's going to be the target for that. Health Swap gets put into a sheet that's broken pretty much instantly. Does then use his Spectral Guys. Looks like they want to just target Bruxy for now, put a lot of pressure on him. They know he has no dispersion, so he could be in a lot of trouble. There's a full sheep onto Feleric right now. Unable to get dispelled on that. Max Skill Cap does dispel VT there. Bruxy just pulling back, but Mana Tide out from Max Skill Cap. Out comes the Ring of Frost onto their team by the looks of it. That is going to be cancelled though, so no ring still available for both players at the moment. Feleric does get put into a full sheet. Shake Milk dropping quite a bit though. Pulling back a little bit. A Devouring Plague was used on him there though. Nana Split is in a full sheet. Might see an Evocate come out of Shake Milk here, but chooses to save it. Banana Split does line of sight that heal actually, so he's still in a lot of trouble really. Shouldn't really have pushed out there. He is still going to be the main target. Bruxy is dispersion. He's going to be back up soon. There's a Fear onto Max Skill Cap right now. Ground and Totem out as well. Feleric still going to be the target. Does blink back behind the pillar. He's going to be fine for now. Shake Milk also pulling out a little bit. Scythian does come out from Bruxy, lands a full Fear onto Health Swap, who's put into a deep freeze with the Plague Orb as well. Might have to dispersion. He's hit down to 10k, 6k, and he does go down.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I don't think he had dispersion up. I think he died without dispersion as well. So
but no dispersion was on cooldown. He had 30 seconds left.
Okay. Oh, my bad then. Yeah, I mean, these priests definitely looking to be the main kill target for both teams. We see the early cooldowns from the Paladin God comp to get the dispersion. We only see the Shadow Fiend coming out of the Shaman God comp now, so no, that's really well played by them to not have to use all their cooldowns as early as the Paladin God comp and actually get the kill without them. So interesting way to tie it up to 1-1. I do think that was definitely their favoured map just because they could push in on the Paladin a lot more. They got a lot more CC on the Paladin that time, whereas the Paladin got that pressure with the same amount of CC on the Shaman, really, just kind of those instant silences.
Okay, they are choosing Tolvir. Huge map, lots of spades for their Paladin.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be able to play max range here, be able to keep his distance. Definitely the pillars are a lot larger as well, so they're going to be able to kite around that as well. If he uses his freedom at the end of a deep freeze, for instance, then uses his sprint, he's going to be able to just pretty much get to the other side of the pillar, going to be out of danger entirely. Also means that he can keep away from that priest for the fears that might be coming out onto him, and definitely be line of sight in that mage's polymorphs a lot better. So now that we've seen that at 1-1, who do you think is going to be taking the series?
I still think LaptopGGweLoose is the one to take the series.
I do think this game will go to the Paladin-Gold Cup though. This is their map,
Yeah.
they have much more space, and that definitely worked out for them on Nagrand, whereas Dalaran, perhaps the smallest map there is really, didn't really work out too well for them. So that's going to get everyone killed, and then we're going to get this game started. So it's going to get Hildegard killed, and then...
Yeah, he should kill me. Okay. We are ready to go.
So, going to get this countdown started. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so we do see the Paladin comp taking the middle pillar here. Interesting choice by them. Definitely means they're going to be playing a lot more offensive. Shake Milk pushing out Feleric in Nimbus, though. He looks like he's going to be going for a Pom Ring, maybe. Does go for the Caster Sheep on Banana Split. Going to get that. Pops his Frozen Orb now. Does get Master Spell on that Sheep, though. It's a great play by Health Swap. Health Swap going to be the target, though. Does look like he's just going to try and line sight right now. Uses Spectral Guys. Siphene comes out from Ruxy right now. Shake Milk in a little bit of trouble. Full Fear onto Health Swap. Does get dispelled. Shake Milk in a huge amount of trouble. There was a full Sheep onto Max Skill Cap there, so they were able to force Ruxy's dispersion using that Frozen Orb. Valeric taking a little bit of damage now. Shake Milk also taking a huge amount of damage. Looks like he's going to be alright. Banana Split able to just pick him up. Health Swap going to be the target again now, as he does take a big shatter. There's the Water Elemental taking a huge amount of damage, getting healed though. Healing Stream from Max Skill Cap, and they are going to be on Valeric for now. He's taking a huge amount of damage. Might need to pull out a little bit. Ruxy looks like he's just going to be playing quite defensive at the moment, not really pushing in for anything. Getting full dots out onto the team right now. Shake Milk pushing in a little bit now. It looks like he's going to be going for CC on Max Skill Cap. Ruxy does look like he's going to be his target, but Shake Milk realizes he's pushed in too far, trying to pull out a little bit. Not really too much happening, taking a little bit of damage. These teams just kind of sparring at the moment. Nothing too big happening. Health Swap does fade in there. Spectral Guys in, get a Fear onto Feleric, which I believe was Will of the Forsaken. Full deep onto Ruxy right now, and a huge amount of trouble with Silence onto Max Skill Cap, which was trinketed, I believe. Grounding Totem comes out from him. Ruxy going to be fine for now. Banana Split kind of in the open at the moment, though, unable to avoid any CC if Feleric can push in and get it. But Banana Split just playing quite well, playing quite far away. Looks like he's going to move to that pillar with his team. As Feleric pushes in a little bit, Ruxy pushing in as well, puts a Siphene down. That is going to be fearing no one by the looks of it, as Shake Milk gets it quite low, but not actually landing.
Ruxy, forget to put on his earbud again.
Shake Milk in a huge amount of trouble, forced to Ice Block there. Drowning Plague did come out. Ring of Frost down from Feleric, casting a Sheep onto Banana Split. Banana Split in a full Sheep, unable to get dispelled by House of JK, but Ruxy in a Deep Freeze does trinket out of that Max Skill Cap in a Sheep as well, so huge pressure out from this Paladin God comp right now, turning that Sheep around. Health Swap, you got his Siphene down right now. Feleric taking a bit of damage, has got full dots at the moment. Ruxy topped up at the moment, looks like he's going to be okay. Max Skill Cap playing max range, and Banana Split at the pillar as well. Neither healer getting much CC at the moment. Mana, in terms of mana, Banana Split's losing a little bit, but not really too sure if this is going to be a mana game. Health Swap taking a huge amount of damage, does use his fade. Out comes the Frozen Orb from Feleric as he's blinked in. He is going to be the target. There's a little bit of Invincible stealing out, gets put into a full Sheep as he's pushed in right now. Unable to get spelled as he's out of line sight. Max Skill Cap pushed in right now as well, though. Ruxy does look like he's still going to be the target. Feleric just able to kind of sit on top of them, not really too much happening. The Siphene does come out from Ruxy, but that gets feared, and as does Feleric. Feleric picks up 1 second Sheep after that, does blink back. Shake Milk put fade into the open right now. Health Swap has got his on use just just popped. Looks like he's going for a lot of damage onto Roxy right now. He's just line sighted, gets put into a horror. Devouring Plague was used on him then, but him and Max still had just playing defensive. Banana Split did get a Master Spell out of a sheet there. It was used by Feleric. Health Swap JK in a little bit of trouble. He's going to use his Fade, going to get a shield up. He's going to be fine for now. Shake Milk still looks like he's putting a little bit of damage into Max skill cap right now. Roxy not really the target at the moment, as they do target Feleric, who does just walk back to the pillar. Looks like he's going to be fine for now as well. Now, Shake Milk still pushed in quite far. He is going to be the target. Going to blink out, realizing he's taking a lot of damage. Siphon comes out from Health Swap there, forces Shake Milk to block actually, and that gets Master Spell, so he needs to get behind and get picked up by Banana Split. Banana Split still actually winning on mana now, not by a lot, sorry, losing on mana. Does use his Divine Play. Grounding Totem was out from Max Skill Cap there as Health Swap is the JK is the target. Feleric blinking in right now. Pomp Sheep's the Paladin, puts a lot of damage into Health Swap JK. Overlap on Silence on the Shaman though. Neither Health Swap in a lot of trouble though, has to Dispersion. Shake Milk not really having too much punishment for being this pushed in. Does get another sheep on Banana Split. Feleric just doing a huge amount of damage and control right now. Banana Split does freedom himself, picks Health Swap up. Shake Milk going to be taking a little bit of damage now. This Shaman team pushed him really far right now. Max Skill Cap able to just keep his team dispelled, topped up. Not really too much trouble for him. Feleric looks like he's going for a Ring of Frost. Does get locked on Frost though, so if they can make something happen now, he won't be able to block, but he will be able to Ice Block now by now. Roxy in a little bit of trouble though, has a Devouring Plague used on him, trying to kite back at the moment, does get put into a Nova, has got full darts right now, they are dispelled, so Matt Skillcap going to be in that VT horror dispelled, but there was a deep onto Health Swap JK there. Sack does come out from Banana Split, not really too much happening with it, it drops a little bit low, but it looks like he's going to be fine for now. Wings are used by Banana Split. Shake Milk looks like he wants to push in, get this pressure though, taking quite a bit of damage from pushing in, still in from spell stealing really, taking a lot of damage from Feleric, who's had a lot of procs recently. Yeah, so Feleric taking a lot of damage. Silence onto Max Skill Cap right now, though. Feleric forced to Ice Block with that, so great defensive pressure from them. Out comes the Ring of Frost. Roxy's stuck in the middle of it. If they target him now, he won't be able to do anything, but looks like they're just going to want to pull back from this. They've got the Ice Block. They just need to recover a little bit. Banana Split catching up on mana compared to Max Skill Cap for now. Health Swap does get feared, but gets put into a Deep Freeze. Does get a Spectral Guise on that, so great play by him there. Taking a lot of damage, does sacrifice onto him, but Blanket CS onto Silence onto Banana Split as him and Health Swap are just going to line of sight. That team going to be fine for now. Max Skill Cap pushed out at the moment though, he's in the open. Full fear onto Health Swap though. There is a fear onto Banana Split as well. Looks like Health Swap is going to be the target. Might need to Life Swap here. He is entirely tapped for mana now. Still taking a huge amount of damage. Does get taken on the VT there. So Roxanne taking a little bit of damage as well.
Yes.
Max Skill Cap not really having any CC. Goes for a Hex. Hex on Shake Milk. Shake Milk's in a lot of trouble. Roxy's in a lot of trouble. So Hex not breaking on Shake Milk there though. So it looks like he's going to be fine. Health Swap did use his Life Swap there. But he's still needs to be getting more of those VTs out. Matt Skillcap doing a great job keeping those clean, keeping his mana low. Health Swap really needs to just try and get this mana back, just so he's going to be able to make something happen. Shake Milk does blink back as he's in a little bit of trouble right now. And he is just going to put some damage into Roxy as Roxy pushes out. Roxy uses Fade as Feleric's just line of sighting at the moment. Feleric is pushing in now. Out comes the Frozen Orb. Might see him go for some CC onto Banana Split here, but nothing too much happening. Shake Milk going to blink out. Health Swap looks like he's taking a little bit of damage, but he's going to be fine as Banana Split's going to pick him back up. Banana Split has got that field back up, but he's really struggling with mana now, down to 30k. Max Skill Cap sitting about half mana right now. So definitely looking good for the Shaman team right now. Roxy just playing quite offensively, staying quite in their face. Out comes Frozen Orb. Deep Freeze onto him though. Fear out at the same time. Sheep onto Shake Milk. Nothing really happening with that Deep Freeze. Spirit Walker's Grace was used there by Max Skill Cap as he does use a Grounding Totem as well. But Siphoned out from Roxy. Not really able to do too much. Health Swap in a Spectral Guise. Uses his Siphon now. Shadow Fiend coming out from Roxy right now. Huge amount of damage out onto Health Swap. He needs to get behind the pillar. Let his Paladin pick him up. Just try and play defensive during this team's cooldowns. Now Feleric, unable to really do much, just putting some damage into that Water Elemental, hoping to get that killed. But he is going to leave that now. He's going to blink in. Roxy still going to be the target though. Health Swap looks like he's going to be the target as well. Devouring Plague on him. There's a CS on him as well though. Banana Split in a full sheep. Health Swap unable to do anything right now as Orb and Deep were used on him. Not really too much damage coming out though. He does use the Spectral Guise. Roxy was put into a full sheep. Matt Skill Cap still doing well, just keeping away, keeping his mana high. Banana Split really starting to I'm going to start to maybe look for a drink here, but his team are a bit too low really for him to do that. There's too much pressure coming up from the Shaman team. Shake Milk does blink back as he's pushing in a little bit too far. Now Shake Milk still dropping to about half now, taking a huge amount of damage. They are swapping it over onto Health Swap though. Dragon Play comes out on him. He's going to need to get behind the pillar, avoid that damage, but he does walk back out, going for those VTs, just to try and get his mana up. Gets put into a deep freeze. Might see a disperse come out of him here, but not really a huge amount of damage following it up actually. Forced to disperse about 80k. Full sheep onto max skill cap here though, so if they can make something happen, they might get a block out of Shape Milk, and they do, so they're going to be in a little bit better situation than they were. Silence onto Shape Milk though, looks like they might be swapping over to him. Out comes the deep freeze onto him, no trinket available for that. Life swap does come out from Ruxy as he gets blanketed. Healing Tide as well. Ruxy looks like he's going to be going for a grip at the pillar. Max skill cap was put into a horror there, taking a lot of damage, does get gripped to the pillar. He's going to be fine. Great swap by that Paladin God Comp there. No health swap, still going to be the target. The frozen orb on him, dots back out. He's got power shield cooldown, so he's not going to be able to put that on himself. Banana Split though, a little bit healthier on mana than it was, but max skill cap still sitting around half mana, keeping those VT dispels, which is keeping health swap JKU, but he is now up to 120k mana from that siphon. Huge damage on Shake Milk though as he tries to walk around the pillar, let Banana Split catch him back up, and Shake Milk just max skill cap able to sit in the back, just using efficient heals, keeping his team up. The Healing Stream Totem is down, deep onto Ruxy though. Grounding Totem down from max skill cap, unable to dispel that deep for some reason, but he's just going to cast a Healing Surge. Ruxy put into a Fear now, deep freeze onto Health Swap. Devouring Plague out on top as well now into a Blanket CS. Nothing too much happening from it though. Water Elemental from Shake Milk is nearly down, so Siphon coming out as well, that is now down from Ruxy as well. Health Swap still going to be the target here, got all his dots on him. Banana Split almost entirely now, put into a full Fear Ward on him now though, a little bit too late. Master Spell does come out onto that, but it does put him into a VT Horror. Ruxy still going to be the target. Max skill cap standing in the middle of the map at the moment, goes for the Hex. I believe that was blinked. Health Swap sat in a full ring there. Banana Split just in a little bit of trouble. He's entirely down to 3k mana, unable to really keep his team up now if they can just keep this damage going. Ring of Frost did come out there from Feleric. Shake Milk going to be the target. They put a lot of damage into him. Banana Split just down to 100 mana, unable to heal his team right now. Shake Milk and Health Swap really needs to try and help him out there. Out comes the Siphon from Health Swap. It does trinket that deep freeze on him, tries to fade to get away, but unable to do so. Still taking a large amount of damage. Full sheep onto max skill cap though. Maybe they can make something happen with it. It does get master spelled, but before anything can happen with it.
About the time, we are over the 10-minute mark.
Okay.
I'm not sure when the match will actually be stopped, if it's 10 or 12 minutes, but one team left.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I need to be right back 1 second.
Okay. So after the 10-minute mark, both teams get 1 point awarded, so it's actually standing now 2-2. And the next match will determine the winner. So I'm not entirely sure how the map will be picked, because none of the teams lost. So let me just check with the organizers what's coming.
Right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Okay. We don't have infos yet from the organizers. Or did Dotad write something? No. Okay.
Do both teams get a win for that, or?
I think so, but I want to have it confirmed before I confirm it on stream. Okay. But usually, yes, every team should get 1 win, so we would be at 2-2 at the moment. Okay. Do you get any answers?
No, no one said anything to me.
Okay, we are going to Blade's Edge, and every team is awarded a win. So it's 2-2, and Blade's Edge is the next map. So who do you think is favored by Blade's Edge?
I'm going to give this one to the Shaman team now. I think this is going to be that map, just because they're going to push in a lot more, because they know they can do that. Just because Shaman's kind of able to just heal a little bit more throughout the entire game. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so too. I think for Shaman it's a bit of the better map, because the Paladin can't kite as well. And Blade's Edge I think it's the least chosen map in any tournament currently, isn't it? Maybe because we have so few warlocks, but still the map is really rarely chosen. I don't think any team in this tournament chose Blade's Edge.
No, they haven't yet. This is the first time we've seen it in this tournament. I think it's just because, obviously, when we're playing best of 3 series, you're going to see a Nagrand and Tol'Vir pretty much all the time, just because that kind of more balance. And then Dalaran's quite popular for a lot of teams who benefit from smaller, more offensive playstyles.
Yeah. Ruins as well. But I think Ruins is really a warlock map because of that perfect portal you can put in every time. About the starting point, I think we inside the box for the teams.
Yeah. Okay, so I was going to get everyone dead, and then that is everyone, so it's get full mana.
Okay. Time for the final match to decide who will play against the Wheatcleave in the finals. In the upper bracket.
Just need this team to move back. Beloric needs to move into the room.
Okay.
Right. So we're going to get this countdown started. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so both teams are just going to move up to the bridge, neither team choosing to play down. I think that's a good choice from both. Ruxy pushing in nice and early. Health Swap comes in as well now. It's just both mages. Looks like Feleric is going to be the first target for this team. VT up onto him, does get dispelled straight away. Put into a fear by the Scythian down from Health Swap though. Max skill cap, able to sit at the back still though, so looks like he's going to be alright. This Paladin got really pushing in right now. Ring of Frost down on them. That's going to separate that team. Feleric in quite a bad spot. Health Swap pushing in now, puts a silence onto Max skill cap. Looks like Roxy is still going to be the target. Healing Tide comes out. Fear onto Health Swap JK. His Scythian is going to be killed now. Virtual Geist from Roxy was used there. Out comes the unused Trinket from him. Shake Mode looks like he's just going to be wanting to pull back right now. Feleric going to be the target, but they do force a dispersion of Health Swap there as he was pushed in quite far. Now it looks like they might want to punish Feleric a little bit for pushing in that far. That he is going to be the target for now, taking quite a bit of damage, dropping to about half, but he is going to be picked up by Max Skill Cap. Banana Split already a little bit behind on mana, but nothing too major yet. Shake Milk taking a lot of damage though, moving to the pillar to the line of sight. Ruxy and Feleric now looking to push in and get the pressure on their team. Out comes the Ring of Frost from Feleric, lands onto Health Swap there, does get dispelled out of that. Fading into them, does land the double fear on them as there was a blanket CS onto Ruxy. Feleric was dispelled though, goes for a sheep, lands it on Shade Milk. It is going to be dispelled pretty much instantly. Ruxy then put into a fear. Max Skill Cap, VT dispel on him. Went deep onto Ruxy, silence onto Max Skill Cap. Does Trinket out of that, just to keep Ruxy up. Full Fist of Justice onto Ruxy now though. And Healing Stream was down, so they are going to be fine. Shade Milk in a little bit of trouble though, dropping a bit, nothing too major. But he is just going to lie side. Ruxy pushing in, Health Swap down. Full deep onto Banana Split though. He is going to be the target as he does get followed into a silence. Might be seeing a bubble out of him here, but looks like he's going to be fine. Oh no, he does bring the end bubble. He is going to be moving back up top though. And we do see Feleric just pulling out a little bit. Puts a Ring of Frost up. Does stop casting it though, does get feared on it actually. Just wants to pull out a little bit. They got a major cooldown there. Feleric's on his own though. Max Skill Cap jumped down and Feleric didn't. So Ruxy on his own as well, but fear coming out from Ruxy going to keep him up. Scything down from Health Swap JK. Feleric pushing him onto Banana Split though. Puts him into a deep on his own. Might blanket off. No blanket counterspell to follow, so he's going to be fine for now. Ray of Frost does come out there from Shake Milk. Max Skill Cap just playing at the back though. Ruxy in a little bit of trouble at the moment. Should be alright. Master Spell comes out onto Max Skill Cap, so he's not going to be CC'd anymore. And Ruxy looks like he's going to get picked up now. Health Swap JK playing at the bottom though. Banana Split at the side. Looks like Banana Split is going to be the target right now. It was put into a silence there. Might see a deep freeze soon. He is in no, but out comes the Guardian from him. There's the deep freeze. No real damage into it though. Just a couple of ice lances, so he is going to be fine for now. Max Skill Cap now choosing to jump down. Does go for a Hex there. Does land on Shake Milk, who is trinketed. And then Health Swap entirely now needs to get more VTs out just to get that mana, but Max Skill kept doing a great job keeping those dispelled. Ruxy puts out the Siphoned. Looks like they want to go for a lot of pressure on Banana Split now. He is in a lot of trouble. Siphoned up top from Health Swap. That's not going to be doing too much. Ring of Frost comes out from Feleric now. Not really doing too much as the Paladin God come. Do just move away up top. Max Skill Cap just keeping away, keeping out of that range, unable to let them do anything. And at this point, both teams looking like they want a little bit of a reset. Health Swap just staying in there, trying to keep the pressure. Ruxy pushing in as well now, though. Feleric pushing in. Looks like the Shaman team do want to push in while that Paladin's Bubble and Trinket are down. Do see a deep freeze out on there, but I think that was trinketed into a silence, into a horror, so he's in a lot of trouble right now. Uses wings. Max Skill Cap also in a lot of trouble though. Down's in the similar situation. Ruxy put into a hodge, unable to help out Max Skill Cap. Banana Split gonna be fine. Max Skill Cap looks like he's gonna be fine as well now. He does seem to be away. Does use a Tremor Totem on a Philo, put into a silence now. Shake Milk unable to connect on him as well though. Shake Milk taking a little bit of damage, does get feared. Ring of Frost out from him though. Ruxy unable to move out of that, and we do see Shake Milk have put into a block there as Banana Split was feared. Feleric put into a fear as well, but that was dispelled. Ruxy does get put into a deep there, into a fear. Max Skill Cap in a full sheet. Might see Ruxy in a little bit of trouble now. Still in that fear, unable to get that sheep dispelled. Just going for dots now as he's too far away to get that massive spell. Down to about 150k. Does get a heal. Looks like he's going to be fine now. The Divine Plague still ticking on him though. Max Skill Cap able to just pick him up though. I think that was an S. Out comes a Hex onto Shake Milk, I think that is. And so he's going to be unable to get out of that. She's swap onto Banana Split though, so he's put into a deep into a horror. No CS available. Oh, there's the blanket CS now. Huge damage. Frozen Orb still up, but he's going to be away down to 30k. Looks like he's going to be able to pick himself up just about. Unable to get the Shadow Word Death in that's going to finish him off. House Swap JK also down to about half now. Shake Milk taking a little bit of damage as well. So the Shaman God come really on top of the pressure this time. Now Ruxy pushing in a little bit. Looks like he is going to be chasing down Banana Split. Not wanting to let him just freely do what he wants, but Banana Split down to 90k mana. Max Skill Cap still at sort of 70%. Feleric is going to be the target. It does get dispelled. Looks like he's going to be fine. Now out comes the Frozen Orb from Shake Milk though. Ruxy taking a lot of damage at the moment. He's going to be tired. Devouring Plague put into him. Might see a Dispersion Force here down to 180k. Aura Mastery and Ascendance out from Max Skill Cap though, and they are going to kite back up top. Shadow Fiend out from Ruxy now though, as they do go into Banana Split. And a silence overlap. And he just goes down despite that overlap.
Okay. So we have Team Arrow going in the finals against the weekly farm Flavor of the Month setup. So turns out Shamans still get the edge over Paladins in the
finals. They're now going into the semi-finals.
Yeah, okay, in the upper bracket finals I think is the correct term, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Okay. So next game will be Wheatleaf versus Shaman God